importance of this month of July, because to me, this is one of the most important months of Tigers baseball I think we're going to have, that we've had in years, honestly, with the trade deadline coming up, with the draft, with these players coming back from injury. Realistically, I was listening to a podcast, and Dan Dickerson said the Tigers could go 16-11 this month and be 2 games out of first place. And at that point, then what do you do? So to me, this is one of the most important months of Tigers baseball we've had in a very, very long time. And just, what are you thinking about the month of July? Like, we have Sam in the chat. It says, do we have hope in July? What do you think we could see? I think it's going to be a very, very newsworthy month of July for the Tigers.
That part is, yeah, there is no shortage of activity this month. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's no doubt about it. The one nice thing about Michael Lorenzen getting the All-Star nod is that all those other players who have probably been a little bit more important get the full rest. Okay, so they don't have to go and log that time on a ball field. This draft coming up is a hugely important pick. There's a lot of speculation going on about what's going to be happening there. That's going to have our attention over the weekend, like you wouldn't believe. We have Tarek Skubal and Eduardo Rodriguez coming back in the next 2 days. That's going to really tell us a lot how they look, not just in this one start, because anything could happen in one start, right? It could go good, it could go bad. But as you know, how they look in the next couple of weeks after the All-Star break will tell us a lot about where this team is going to be able to go. Because if these good arms come back and look good, maybe they can start beating some people that they aren't supposed to beat. They already, they held their own with the Rangers with kind of a makeshift crew. Won this series in Colorado. They're playing better. They've come off of that 9-game losing streak and played some relatively good baseball. So with the trade deadline coming up, I would say I don't care how close they are. They've shown they can stay in contention without Erod and without some of these other guys. They can make it work. The rest of the division isn't very good. They should try to walk the tightrope of, if they have an advantageous deal, if they can get something they really like for Eduardo Rodriguez, do it. Make it work. Tell Chris Fetter, sorry, make it work with who you got. Get something for the future, because that's where we still are. We don't have a World Series roster. That's how I'd be talking if I was Scott Harris. That's when I say we. I wouldn't go all in for this year. I don't see them buying anything. If they, feel they have a deal that doesn't cost much and they can get somebody who can fill a hole, great. If they think they got somebody who can hit, 7 or 8 home runs for them down the stretch, okay. But as long as it doesn't cost anything, that's kind of how I see that going.